So welcome to the half-day free workshop. And what we're going to do first is this. Actually, before we go ahead, please mind you that I'm just here to give you solid pieces of information, solid advice. And hi, guys. And I'm here to give you any form of advice, just solid information. Remember that past results are not considered a reliable guide to future results. So as we go through, as we pass, when we go through technical analysis, and depending on the questions that you may have, depending on the topic that we're going to do, I'll also be sharing with you some of my results. And once again, that the past results are not considered a reliable guide to future results. And also, my style of trading might be totally different to you, and you might be trading a different type of methodology. I'll be sharing with you my trading methods in terms of what I've learned over the years, basically for 20 years of trading. Okay, so if you have any questions, please feel free. And let's begin. Alrighty. Do you have any questions before I go ahead? Oh yeah, by the way, another one is make sure to always have a trading journal. I do have my trading journal, which is right here. Just bear with me. So a piece of notebook that I always write down my thoughts, trades, any potential trades, or anything that basically happened within that particular day. And in today's workshop, I want you to write as many notes as you can. And if there's anything that you're unsure of or I didn't explain very well, please make sure to let me know. All right, first question. Let's go through and find through the causes of the challenges that you may be having in regards to trading. So what challenges are you currently facing right now with your trading? And why is it a challenge for you? So I want you to write it down in your journal or a piece of paper and a pen. I want you to write down the key challenges you are currently facing right now with your trading and why is it a challenge for you. And either you want to share it with me or share with the group. Once again, like I said, it's great to talk more about it in a group environment. But if not, if you're not willing to talk, write it down in your chat box for me, please. So at least I would know exactly what your key challenges are, so we can discuss this today for the next 4 hours, and I will be able to help you or give you some form of insight. Maybe I won't be able to help you, but at least give you some form of insight to at least get you to the next step from there, or finding a solution to the actual problem itself. Okay, I'll give you about a minute or two, and then when you're finished, let me know, and we will continue basically from there. Okay, still waiting for others. Thank you, Bala, for sharing. How you doing? Hey, how you doing, Jared? So, Mandeep, what challenges are you currently facing right now with your trading? Scott, what challenges are you facing? Jen and Taisto, what challenges are you currently facing right now with your trading? Okay, we got fear, we got hesitation, impulsiveness. Okay, great. What else? So we have fear, hesitation, impulsiveness. Scott, what do you have? Taisto, what it would be, and Jen, what would it be? Oh, and Jared, how you doing? Welcome.
Hey, Ray. Good morning.
Good morning. Alrighty, Scott, the cake. Scott is also hesitation. Excellent. Very good. So these are mainly the major um, emotions that traders will always face. And to be honest with you, it happened to me too last night. Okay, so I hesitated to enter the euro against the US dollar, but there is probably a reason why I didn't trade. And we're going to go and discuss that. When is the right time to enter? When is really not the right time to enter? Also, listening to your gut feeling, to intuition is very important. There's a big difference between fear on using the self and also the fear using what we call the I, which we're also going to discuss about that. All right, great. And then Jan, I don't know if you're still there, but I would love to hear what you had. Okay, and likewise for Taisto. Okay, but nevertheless, let's move on. Let's go forward from there. Sorry, Jared, do you have any challenges that you're currently facing right now, Jared?
Not just the ones listed.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, not
Nice.
paralysis.
All right. So, what causes fear? What causes hesitation? What causes impulsiveness? So, these are all negative emotions. So, negative emotions versus positive emotions. Let's discuss that a little bit, okay? Because from what I can hear in regards to challenges, it's got really nothing to do about the technical analysis perspective, but more on the psychological part, which is the 6 inches between your ears, which we're going to discuss a little bit more in detail. And then we're going to connect in regards to the technical component with the psychological component. So you have negative emotions versus positive emotions. The question is, where are these emotions coming from? So if you have an emotion, and here's a question for you. If there's an emotion, where is that emotion coming from on the other hand? So where does it stem from? Where do you think is that emotion coming from? Where is fear? Fear of losing money, fear of missing out, the anxiety, the impulsion, the impulsiveness, in order to also to hesitate. So where is that emotion coming from, do you think? So I'll give you a bit history as well of myself. All these negative emotion that you guys are experiencing, we will experience that more on the day-to-day basis. It is normal to finish it, and the reason being, or it is normal to experience it. However, the key is the awareness of it. As long as you're being aware of it and you are being mindful and you know what to do, and I'll give you some certain tools today in order for you to be able to do that. And so, as part of my education in the past, and also learning when I lost so much money in 2003, and I didn't have enough money actually to pay. So I asked my trader coach. She was a psychologist. She wasn't trading. She was a hypnotherapist. I saw also a different hypnotherapist, and I saw an NLP practitioner. That I got more interested in that aspect in terms of the behavior of human psychology. Actually, it's so important because it affects not just in trading, but in every area of our lives. That's why if you notice all this fear that you're currently experiencing, you also experience that in every aspect of your life. It doesn't matter, it will be trading, it'll be if you're an athlete or you're doing some form of sports, or if you have a business or your career. So there's that element in terms of your hesitation, in terms of the fear component. And the reason being was it stemmed from somewhere. So that emotion comes from a simple thought. So if you watched the video that I sent out last week, we had actually a good group coaching last week, especially with Jared, and we discussed about thinking versus reacting. So thinking, when you're trading, and let me put in a chart. Here's a chart of the VIX. Analyzed it yesterday. We established that the VIX, the dollar index, is heading towards the upside. However, it was very bearish yesterday, and there's no really impact news on what's happening today except in Europe. Nothing in the U.S., and hence currently it's up 0.5%. So when you are trading and you have uncertainty where you don't know where price is going to be, well, luckily for trading, on the other hand, you only have 3 different directions of where it's going to go, right? You only go either up, sideways, or to the downside. So there's only the 3 different directions that you're going to basically have. However, this empty space, which is questionable, gives you the uncertainty. And when there is uncertainty, there is always going to be some form of fear because of the unknown. And what is fear? It means false evidence appearing real. It's an illusion. It is a thought process that if you think way too much based on your own perception, based on your own emotion, then you're done. You're screwed. Why? Because that perception, based on the subjectivity, is not creating some form of a what if, and hence creates the anxiety. When you create an anxiety, then you're going to be impulsive. Either you want to get in way too early, or you're getting now way too late, or now you're hesitating because of that component. So, especially if you're a type of person who is seeking certainty, when you're seeking certainty from uncertainty, and what do you need? You need validation. So the question is, where else in your life are you seeking certainty in your life? Where else in your life are you seeking validation? To be certain about something. And hence, this is why we create or we follow trading systems where you're wanting some form of certainty to gain security, especially when it comes to money, especially when you are attached to money. Then this is where the fear will become more stronger. It will increase because of that attachment to it. Now, if you're also a type of person who is very competitive and you don't like losing, so losing could also be a disadvantage in terms of the mentality of losing, because you're going to be attached to that, hoping that it's not going to go to your direction based on your own perception, rather than looking at what the market is actually telling you objectively, whether you're going to get out, whether you're really going to go in, or you're going to stay away from it. And then the other component is the right side of the brain, which is now your intuitive side. So it's also important to listen to your intuitive side rather than just listen to your left side of the brain, which is now your logical side. When you're analyzing a chart before trading, then we need to use the left side of the brain. Now, during trading, when you're in the trade, it is mainly more the intuitive component that you need to follow. Yes, your intuition will need to follow your trading plan. If you don't have a trading plan, make sure to create a trading plan before you're trading. This will assist you in regards to your uncertainty to gain more the certainty, to gain more of the validation, to gain more of the detachment in terms of trading. Does it make sense there when Scott, Balam, and Deep, Jared? Welcome, Lobster. I love that name. Okay, cool. Any question?
Yeah. Yes, right. Yeah.
Great, thank
It
you.
makes sense.
If you don't have mic, just please say yes to confirm. Scott and Mandeep, Taisto. Alrighty, so moving on from there. Do you guys have any questions, queries, challenges, anything that you may disagree with, anything that you want to clarify before I move forward? Going once, twice, and go on. All right, so next is let's discuss about goal setting. To gain the security, to gain the validation, it's imperative to have a goal before trading. You need to have a plan in regards to what you're going to do. And when it comes to goal setting, there are three different types. There's what we call the learning goal, the behavioral goal, and what we call the trading goal. So what is a learning goal? Well, a good example is this. Let me share something. So I do have a trading checklist, and the members also have this in regards to the students also have this, and it's imperative, in my opinion, to have a very detailed trading plan. Notice that the first part is always having the intention or the purpose of why you're trading. So in this particular case, my purpose is to make money. At the end of the day, we trade to make money, nothing else. We don't trade to create systems. We don't trade to manipulate systems. We don't trade to make the system way better. We don't trade because of our own righteousness. We don't trade because of our own ego. Simply put, we trade based on making money. Okay. So Lobster, you're saying there's no sound? Oh, okay. At the end of the day, we trade on the purpose of making money. And at the same time, it is really important to know what your beliefs are in regards to the way how you trade, your values, your emotional component. So if you're in a state of fear, in my opinion, don't trade. If you're in a state of anxiety, take a deep breath, hold on, and just be aware, like, okay, why am I feeling right at this point in time? Is there something that I need more to do before entering the trade? However, if you're feeling confident, if you're feeling positive, you're feeling great, you're feeling excellent, you're feeling on the positive note, then by all means do trade. So if you can have that emotional connection with the markets, you see, for me, technical analysis is just one thing. You need to know as well in terms of what I call the macro fundamentals. When I learned this from institutional traders and they look at particular resources, not just on the technical analysis side, it blew my mind. It opened up my mind, it opened up my eyes, and it increased actually more of the probability. Where it's challenging to see a two-dimensional chart is also the subjectivity to measure one's creation of probability in order to whether if you're going to add into the position size or decrease in position size, all the type of stuff. However, once you have a systemized way of looking at it and you're getting more comfortable in your own system, you're looking and you're also comfortable with all the pieces of information that you may have, then it is more comfortable for you to create that probability. Yes, Scott, absolutely. I do agree with you in regards to overconfidence. There's a big difference between confidence, in my opinion, and being overconfident. Overconfident to me now means you're being arrogant, meaning that you're no longer knowing of who you are as an individual. And it can bite you in the butt. Absolutely. That's why in trading, if you're winning, say, 3 in a row, 4 in a row, 5 in a row, and you're getting to that level of overconfidence, reduce your position size, reduce your risk. It's either that or once you already made your goal, don't trade for about a day or two and then relax, take a deep breath or enjoy the moment, enjoy your wins and then go back in again. Because it's not just all about making money, because at the end, what is really the end goal of why you're trading? So if your end goal of trading is financial freedom or freedom of time, so you can spend more time with your family, your friends, so you can also have other businesses that you want to look after based on the other hobbies that you're interested in. All these type of things also need to be put into place, right? So by you having that balance, there's the key word again, is the balance for you to have or to do the things that you want to achieve in this lifetime. Because people want to leave work because number one, it's been, statistics shows that around 75 to 80% of people are not happy with their own jobs and hence they're doing it for the sake of doing it. And at the same time, if you love trading so much and this is your passion and you'll do anything in order to make it work. Yeah, trading is very, very challenging. Trading is not easy. It becomes easier in time. However, at the same time, it's challenging. It's mainly more of the 6 inches between our ears. Sometimes you're 3 steps forward and all of a sudden you go back 5, 6 steps back. One mistake, you lose the profits that you made. 2018, that's what I experienced. I was leading, I was making money, then 1 or 2 trades it goes back down to either breaking even or even negative. And then all of a sudden, hey, what the hell is going on my side of things? So I have to readjust. So adjust, looking at where the issues are, and part of that, Scott, is being overconfident and increasing the position size. So all these type of things is very important in regards to focusing on the job at hand, the risk management aspect. So we're also going to discuss into that today. In my opinion, this is very important to maintain, and also knowing how much are you willing to risk each and every time you're trading and giving back in terms of what you already have, what you already made. Okay, so by having this, you have a learning goal in terms of every trade that I do. What is the plan? What is the learning after that, if there is a learning? And I will rate that performance based on that. I will never put myself a 10 out of 10 because if it's a 10, then that's, for me, that's already perfectionism. I believe there's always something to learn with every trade. So I was either the maximum I would put is 9. It's very seldom I put a 10 out of 10. Okay, so moving forward, based from there, discussing about more of the goal setting. What will be your learning goals? So learning goals will be more on a technical point of view. Well, I need to work on more of my entries. I need to work on more on defining trend lines objectively, or I need to work on more identifying my area of supply and demand. I need to identify more in regards to, need to learn more in regards to my risk management. So anything got to do in terms of your learning when it comes to your trading. Behavioral goals would be in regards to your behavior. For example, if I didn't trade because I procrastinated, that's my behavior. Then that means now then I need to work on my own integrity, that if I say, hey, you know what, I'm going to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning in order to prepare myself for the 6:30 opening time of the markets or the 5:30 news. Now, how can I be in a space of integrity? Well, responsibility. Then I need to be focused, right? And I need to be motivated, and so forth. So these are my behavioral goals. Trading goals would be something like, well, for the whole month, my goal is to make 10%, for example, 10% of my account. Or I would like to make 3% per week. Or a dollar value of, say, $200 a day. So these are your trading goals. Learning goals would be, like I said, your technical conditioning. Okay, so any questions in regards to this? Going once, twice? None. Alrighty. So there are 5 powerful steps in order to get really to, if you want to achieve your goals. One is you need to have clear goals. By writing down your learning goal, behavioral goal, and trading goal, it needs to be very clear exactly what you want. Focus on one thing at a time. Don't focus on 10 goals and then now you're cramping up because we won't be able to achieve it, right? Focus on the number one priority that you want to achieve, and then identify and don't tolerate the problems that stand in the way of you achieving your goals. Meaning that you need focus when it comes to this step. Stay away as well from negative people. People who will pull you down. If they're not very supportive of you, stay away from them, because all of a sudden now if your goal is to be a consistent profitable trader, you want to make money, and then you suddenly you're lost, you shared it with them, and then they're going to go back to you and say, why are you trading in the first place? It's just risky. You're just going to lose all your money. Automatically, your self-confidence, self-esteem will drop, because now they're pulling you down and they're not supporting you, rather than saying, hey, you know what, honey? Hey, you know what, my friend? Keep going at it, work on it, and keep pushing through and be persistent. See, sometimes you need a support system in order for your goals to be met. If you're doing it by yourself, it's going to be a little bit more challenging to do so. Why? Because you only know what you know, what's in front of you. You only see 180 degrees, what's in front of you. You do not see 180 degrees, so what's behind you. So in regards to your learning goal, how can you then correct your own techniques, your own way of trading, if you don't have someone coaching you? You need a coach, like an athlete who has 3 different coaches, preparing for world championships, preparing for the Olympics, or preparing for some championship of some sort. Remember that every time that you're trading, you are competing, whether you like it or not. Yes, in competitive sports, same thing. We compete against ourselves because we want to be better of ourselves to go to the next level. Can I achieve that? Can I be a champion? But to be a champion is a process. To be a consistent, profitable trader is also a process. It is not a get-rich-quick scheme where you're buying a system from somewhere, you are watching YouTube videos and so forth, and they're telling you, hey, you know what, you're going to make money if you follow my system. To be honest with you, it's all bullshit. Sorry about my language, but it is. You know, they're just selling you a system in order for them to make money, But at the same time, if they can approve the system in real time, in real theory, then you are at a disadvantage. And the reason being is because you need to prove the system that works in real time. And hence, do we win all the time? Absolutely not. Do I win all the time? Absolutely not. Do I have losses? Definitely. I'm just like everybody else. That the only difference is that because of the experience, and I know how to go on top, and I'm not a type of person who will give up, and I will keep on persisting until also I will reach my goal. Why? Because it's in stem in my blood to be very competitive at a very young age. I believe because of the sport aspect. That's why if you have that in your DNA and you're very competitive, you will do anything to get what you want, then nothing definitely can stop you. And hence, that's why I do not tolerate the problems that will stand in your way to achieve your goals. So whatever it is, people actually, I find it funny because some will say, well, I don't have the time, I don't have the money. Then why are you trading then? If you don't have the time, you don't have the money, then why are you trading? In trading, you need time and you need money. If you're losing money and you're not investing in your time to get educated or to learn, you're done. You're not going to last in this business. Then that means then that trading is really not for you. It takes time to get to where you're at. I mean, not even athletes will be a world champion overnight. You know, they keep going over and over again. Notice there's a sprinter, I forgot his name, Bailey. He keeps losing to the Jamaican sprinter over and over and over and over again. But you know what? He's so persistent that I believe last year he became a world champion. And he beat him. But it took him almost a decade to beat him because of his persistence. Read the book Principles by Ray Dalio. I really love it too. Same thing. In my opinion, every successful trader will have a stomp or a low point. And then from that low point creates a reflection of oneself. You know, I have a low point in 2003. I had a low point in 2018. And you know what? Sometimes you just want to give up. Sometimes I don't want to teach anymore. Sometimes I just want to focus on myself and just do my own thing. But at the same time, it is my commitment to others and always thinking of my purpose about giving the inspiration to others that it is possible, and at the same time, not to give up, to always keep chugging along. There's a really good video by this motivator speaker, something less, Elias. He is really good. And so there was a good analogy about bamboos. Bamboos won't grow will only grow after 5 years. But within that 5 years, that bamboo needs to be watered, it needs to be nurtured. After 5 years, on the other hand, in a span of a few days, that bamboo will grow to 90 feet tall. But it takes 5 years. So trading is also the same. It won't take you maybe 1 year, maybe 2 years, 3 years, until you'll see a fruitful result based on the work that you put in. In my opinion, it's not just trading. Every business will have that. And you have to keep it as like your baby. You'll have to keep on modifying things. You have to keep on changing little things, something that will work for you in regards to your style of trading. Okay, so next step is to go through accurately diagnosing the problem to get at the root causes. If you don't know the root cause of the problem, it's going to keep reoccurring like a vicious cycle. And hence, you know, the statement, our inner demons. That's why we always have our own inner demons, our own inner fear. The only way to fight those fears if you find the root cause of where that fear is coming from. Hence, I'll give you an example. If you have fear of losing, then you need to find where that fear of losing is coming from. And this is where the coaching happens. And I did that to one of the members, and I went through a hypnotic process, going through a timeline of where the root cause of the first time he felt fear, felt panic, felt anxiety, felt anxiousness, and so forth. Because whatever you're experiencing right now, is a trigger mechanism of the same thought process, same experience that happened to you in the past. It's like an onion. I believe life is an onion, and it's a green light, red light system from the day you're born all the way to where you are at right now in the present moment. Every layer that you have in your life, this layer represents your beliefs. These beliefs are either limiting beliefs or supporting beliefs that creates, and in conjunction with that is a value that creates an end result, which is either a positive result or a negative result, which is connected to an emotional feeling. So if you believe that you're not good enough and you have a value of fear, what would be the end result? The end result of fear and anxiety. If you have a belief that you are a confident trader and your value is integrity, having the focus and believing and trusting on yourself, then the end result will be a positive emotion of happiness. Why? Because you made money. That's the process. So where does the root cause stem from? From your own internal beliefs that happened to you in the past. And it's happening to you in the present moment. Anxiety, if you read psychological books, if you read studies, people who are anxious are people who think way too much of the future that hasn't happened as yet. All the what ifs. Oh, what if I do this? What if I, oh no, what if I lose? Oh no, and all of a sudden, bam! Part of the reality is now, holy crap, so in that present moment, it goes back to the reality, oh craps. Now I'm thinking I'm gonna lose. Of course, you're gonna lose because you already put that thought and you're attracting that's gonna happen in the future based on the reaction, based on cause versus effect. So where is the cause? Sometimes people would ignore it. If you ignore it, then you're not looking at the root cause. You're just simply looking at the symptom, ignoring it, and then it goes back again, like cancer. It's like cancer patients, when they go to get some form of chemotherapy and it didn't hit everything, guess what? It will stem again because the cells will build over again. So the question is, where is the cause of that cell causing the cancer cells to be cancerous? In most cases, if you read medical cases, it's because it comes from an emotional feeling that's causing within the internal health that's causing those cells to be stressed out. Hence, it becomes acidic. And becomes acidic, it manifests itself into some form of disease. Hence, that's why people who are in a fear state, you're experiencing anxiety, all of a sudden you have pains, back pain, headaches, and so forth. Stress. Stress is a number one thing, number one emotion. So how do you get rid of all this? Diagnose the problem, look at the root cause of it, and just be honest to yourself and say, hey, look, am I really fit for trading? If you are honest to yourself and you say yes, quit, then quit. Don't trade. But if you're saying to yourself, this is not me, I know a type of person that I could do it, I have trust, I know it's possible, then go for it. However, you need help. You can't do it by yourself. You're going to do it by yourself, you're in trouble. Okay, that is my own professional advice. If you want advice, that's my advice for you. Alrighty. So moving forward from there, any questions of basically what I'm saying here? Is there any truth to what I'm saying, or am I basically lying to you? So everything I'm telling you here is simply, they're not myths, by the way, they're all facts. Number 4 is I want you to design plans that will get you around them. So what is the plan that you're going to create for yourself that once you have diagnosed the problem, then what would be the plan in order for you to push forward from there? Number 5, do what's necessary to push these designs through to results. So remember here, do what's necessary. So if this is really for you and you really want to be a professional trader, and remember, trading is not a hobby. That's the only difference between 85% of people losing to 95% of people losing the marketplace, and probably 5% to 25% are making money, is because of what they do on a psychological component. Out of the 70 to 95% of people or traders who are losing, of course, they don't quit. Some of them will keep on going in order to push through to be successful in trading. So then out of that 75 to 95% as well, either some will lose their money and they will quit and they will start to blame others because they're not taking full responsibility for their own actions. And you know what? At the end of the day, it is what it is, and there's always going to be the person who plays the victim. Those are the type of people I actually dislike. And I know I'm a type of person, I don't like to judge. It is what it is. It is their own journey. But in my opinion, if I see that, I don't accept them as students, because it's just, for me, it's just like cancer, and it just builds up. It's rather than letting them go and say, hey, you know what, being honest with them, being a coach as well, I'm just being honest and say, hey, look, this is not for you. I believe you just move on forward basically from there. Good luck to you, and that's it, right? So I've done that to a couple members because they're not taking full responsibility of their own actions. They make money, everything's great. If they're not making money, the question is why? And then if I saw fit, hey, look, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, so why you blame me for it? Take full responsibility. We just went through the psychological component. You just look in terms of your own beliefs and values, and still you're not accountable for your own actions. So you want to be successful, take full accountability. And you know what? That will also happen in every area of your life. If you're a type of person who are taking responsibility, learn to take responsibility for everything, from speaking, communicating, to every action that you take, from work, sport, career, or whatnot, right? So by going through this, I love this. I took it from Principle by Ray Dalio. Actually, it works so well. And the reason why it works so well is because I have to do this and rearrange everything in terms of my plans from last year, because I also have to reflect. For Christmas, it took basically 2 weeks in order for me to reflect on what I did, part of my performance. Also to get coaching. I'm part of a group as well of NLP practitioners, and getting coaching as well on my side to know more, why am I in this state. So by also getting coaching as a coach, in my opinion, as a coach, I also need coaching. And the reason being is sometimes my glass will also get full. So if my glass will get full and if I'm not emptying my glass, then I'm also going to be stressed, and I don't want to do that. Why? Because I love trading, and trading has a lot of benefits in my own opinion. So any questions in regard to the 5 powerful steps process on how to achieve your goals? Going once, twice. Bam. Okay, let's move to the next one. So based on learning goals, behavioral goals, and trading goals, and based on what we have discussed, I want you now to write down, what do you want to achieve next month? We are now at the end of January. We still have 1 more week in order to achieve what you want to achieve for January. What do you want to achieve for February? I'll give you about a month or 2. When you're finished, please type it please in your chat box for me. So at least I would know that you did the exercise. Thank you. You guys about 2 minutes. All right, excellent. Thank you very much, guys. Okay, so we're gonna go through a little bit more in detail here. Okay, so I'm gonna take um, one example right here. So I'll take Scott's one. I want to have live results trade of greater than 1.3. Great. So Scott, in order for you to have live results, what will be your learning goal from here? Okay, so that would be now from your perhaps your trading methodology, your trading style, right? So I want you to write down what will be your learning goal in order for you to achieve live results of 1.3. Jared, what will be your learning goal in order for you to achieve 10% per week? Mandeep, sticking to the rules, what will be your learning goal in order for you to take A+ trades only? And then what will be your behavioral goal? For Bala, 5% for January, 7% for February. So same thing for February. What will be your learning goal? What will be your behavioral goal? So behavioral goals would be, you need to be focused. So for, say, Scott, to have live results, you need to focus. You need to take action. That's your behavioral goal. Take action. You'll have to be courageous. You'll have to be confident. You'll have to be motivated. So this also would include for the rest, like Jared, who would like to make 10% for the week. Mandeep, same thing. If you want to take A+ trades only, then you will need to focus and to be picky, not just to be picky, but to choose, the focus, the confidence to choose which ones we, oh, sorry, that's the word I'm looking for, intuitive as well. And then this is what you guys wrote, right? That's your trading goal. Your trading goal is to go live results, to make 10%, to take A+ trades, 7%. Hi, RK, welcome. So if you're just joining us, we are going through an exercise about 3 different type of goals: learning goals, behavior goals, and trading goals. And they did an exercise in regards to what do you want to achieve next one. Alrighty, so I'll give you guys, oh, fantastic. Learning goal, address how to reduce the hesitancy I experience. Fantastic. The question now is, how are you gonna do that? And that is now going to the second step of the process here, which we're gonna discuss in a minute. To identify, to not tolerate the problem that will stand in your way to achieve your goals. So how can you reduce your hesitancy in terms of your experience? By diagnosing the problem, designing it, maybe perhaps getting coaching, find someone that will be able to help you with that. I'm more than happy to help you if you wish to. And then do what's necessary to push through your plan to get the results that you want. In regards to your behavior, put myself in state of mind before the next trade to allow myself to trade without hesitation. Same thing. In terms of behavior, one may perhaps do some more of meditation, breathing exercises, all this type of exercise or that needs to be done, and finding the courage to be confident. Confidence comes from your learning and also from your trading style. So maybe perhaps there are also some form of discrepancy somewhere along your analysis or your technical side, right, which we're also going to discuss later on. But other than that, beautiful. Thank you, Scott. That's a good example right there. Okay. Once you've done that, I want you to write in terms of what you want to achieve in the next 3 months, 6 months, and 12 months. So this exercise part will take you maybe 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so thanks for sharing. All I wanted basically is that next month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, if you want to share, put it into chat box for me, but if you don't want to, that's fine as well. But at least do these exercises so you'll know exactly where you want to be. And then next month, we're going to meet up and see whether you achieved your goal for February. So 12, actually, yeah, exactly a month as of today, 4 weeks from now. Okay, so if you have any questions, please let me know. Other than that, I'm going to mute myself. I'm going to let you guys do the exercise, okay? Any questions, queries, challenges before I go? Pretty clear, right? Yes, no?
Big question, Ray.
Yes.
So when you say next month, is it only the trading goal or the behavior goal, learning goal, everything?
Everything, please. So what do you want to achieve next month in regards, in order for you to achieve your trading goal, then you need a learning goal and behavior goal to achieve your trading goal, right?
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you, Ray.